Good evening, everybody. This is your host, David Muir. We have breaking news as we come on the air tonight. Digital Code contest winners are going to be announced. Our first place winner is June Fitzpatrick. Coming in at second is The Dark Knight Jimmy. In third place, we have Kelly Taylor. In fourth place, we have Cesar Isiordia. In fifth place, we have Thomas Calhoun, followed by Rayan Qureshi in sixth place. And finally, in seventh place, our final winner of the night is Mon Kaker. To those of you that won, congratulations. You can contact lukemick by email on his channel page, or you can reach out to him on Instagram to claim your prizes. And that's it for the breaking news. Back to you, Luke. Thank you for the update, David. Now, back to the Blu-rays. So Family Video recently had their Arrow Blu-Ray sale, and I guess they sell DVDs as well, but I only buy Blu-rays. And this is essentially the equivalent of Barnes & Noble's Criterion sale, except it's all about Arrow Video and Arrow Academy releases. I bought 6 more movies to add to my collection, and I'm going to show you all what those movies were. And I would just like to mention, if you did miss out on the Family Video Arrow sale, don't fret, because if you're in the United States, like I am, DiabolikDVD, I think, does an annual sale towards the end of May into the beginning of June, so keep an eye out for that. I know I will be patiently awaiting that. So let's get on into it with the first movie that I have in my hands here.
The Hills Have Eyes.
I have always adored Wes Craven as a horror filmmaker. Growing up, Scream, all 4 of the Scream films were just so pivotal for me and my movie watching. Nightmare on Elm Street is obviously a classic. I really like one of his more underground hits, The People Under the Stairs, but I have never seen his original, The Hills Have Eyes. This is supposed to be an American classic. The back of the case even says it's up there with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Night of the Living Dead. And if they feel like they can lump The Hills Have Eyes in with those movies, then I have very high expectations for this one. I don't know why I've waited so long. I might watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it very soon because I'm craving it. Get it? I'm craving it. Haha, that was really fucking stupid. This was also one of the cheaper ones that Family Video was selling, so because of that, I was like, you know what, it's time to break down and buy The Hills Have Eyes. Next one I have here is a film that I had never heard of until I was just looking through the selection. It's called Horrors of Malformed Men. This is a film from Japan in the 70s. I am assuming it's a horror movie, and I just want to say that I don't know much about this film, but just look at the cover. This artwork on the front here, it seems like on par with something the Criterion Collection would put out. I think this is the coolest, most satisfying color palette that I've seen on an Arrow Video case, and just this creepy, ghastly, ghostly looking woman on the rocky shore here, and what appears to be a man facing her. I just don't know what this has in store for me, and I'm really curious to see what this one's all about. So essentially, I bought this movie because the case really just caught my eye. The next one I have here, I have Chud 2, Bud the Chud, and you can't have Chud 2 unless you have Chud 1. I've had this for a little while now. Oh, Jesus, I just threw that down really hard, but luckily it fell flat, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, Jesus.
So I've had Chud 2 in my Blu-ray collection for a little while now. I don't really know what Chud is, but I knew that the first Chud was in the Arrow Video collection, and it was also, like The Hills Have Eyes, one of the cheaper ones on the sale, so I was like, you know what? I gotta buy Chud number 1 so I can watch Chud number 2 and actually have a little bit of an idea as to what's going on. I don't know what this is about. It looks like weird, like sewage dwellers, like creatures that live under our streets and
drink our toilet water at night.
I mean, that's just what I can tell by looking at this. I don't know what it's really about. I'm assuming it's a pretty corny 80s horror movie, but that's Chud. Next one I have in my hands here is Willem Dafoe in The Loveless. This is a more recent Arrow Video release. Again, I think I just really like brown and light blue together, or like orange and blue, because again, this cover, a lot like Horrors of Malformed Men, has just a really eye-catching cover. Willem Dafoe on this looks a lot like his villain in Wild at Heart. Directed by Kathryn Bigelow and Monty Montgomery. I don't know who Monty Montgomery is, but I had no idea that this was directed by Kathryn Bigelow, which is really cool because she's obviously a very famous director nowadays, and this must have been one of her first films. So a Kathryn Bigelow directed Willem Dafoe film from the 80s in the Arrow Video collection.
I'm in.
That's all I gotta say. I'm excited to check this one out someday soon. We have 2 more to go here. The one I'm holding in my hands is a movie called Inferno. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this is about. I did know that I wanted to buy at least one Arrow Academy release during this sale just so I could diversify my Arrow library a little bit and have different kinds of options. I was looking at getting The Limits of Control, which is a Jim Jarmusch film, and I honestly was just like, you know what, I can't buy that yet. It just came out, and I have so many other Jarmusch films that I have to get caught up on. I can't keep adding them to the pile, so I passed on that, but I grabbed this Inferno movie, and this is a more recent release. I think it came out in like 2009. All I know about this movie is that it looks pretty psychedelic and trippy, and I really liked the images that Blu-ray.com posted for this film. I'm hoping that this is going to be some kind of weird gem that not many people know about, because
I've never heard of it.
maybe it's more popular than I think it is, but I've never heard anyone say anything about this movie, so I'm interested to see what it's all about. That's Inferno. And the last one I have here is the only one that they sent with a slipcover, and that's okay. A Fish Called Wanda. To me, just looking at the cover, it kind of reminds me of like Burn After Reading or something. I know it's a crime-related, like dark comedy. I remember my grandparents and like my parents watching it once on VHS or something. Many years ago, I wasn't paying any attention, but that's really the only memory or idea I have about this movie. It has Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Kline in it, a couple of other names that I recognize, John Cleese, of course. This movie actually came out in 1988. That's actually a lot older than I thought it was. But on the back here it says, the funniest movie I have seen in a long time, and that is from Sir Roger Ebert. So that's A Fish Called Wanda. I think this is just going to be an all-around good crime movie with a good leading cast, and I bet it'll be good because Roger Ebert said it would be good. So that's A Fish Called Wanda. These are all the movies here that I bought during the family video Arrow sale. All these movies were under $20, so I mean that's a little bit cheaper than your average Criterion film during the Criterion sale. I'm excited to be able to throw them all up here with all my other Arrow video stuff. I've actually been watching a ton of the stuff that I bought on Arrow over the past year, and I really like a lot of it. They do a lot of really cool, hyper-stylized movies that I think are good that they're not going unnoticed. And I know that similar to Criterion, they've done a lot of work taking foreign films that haven't really ever had much distribution outside of their origin countries and bringing them to places like the United States, which I think is really important and really cool and just such a wonderful thing for preserving film. And I just love it when I get to see something that's been kind of hidden for many, many years. So that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video. That would really help me out as well. If you bought any of these movies or any other movies during the family video sale, let me know down below. Or if you're looking forward to the DiabolikDVD sale, let me know what you want to buy then, or any other Arrow video releases that you think sound interesting to you. Start a conversation. Let's go. Let's do this. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon.